Welcome back everybody to another episode of Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in a 5-round competition to see who can be victorious. I'm your host Broncos Guru in collaboration with our boy Wavy Boats, and it's another Wavy Guru production down here at Haulover, and let's go ahead and get our competition started. Our first contestant to step in the ring and do battle with Haulover today is going to show us what it's like when you come rolling through Haulover Inlet hot. Here we've got this Cigarette 42X, and they're going to come blasting their way into the inlet. Conditions are not overly rough today, so they're able to keep their hammer down on this one. It does get a little rougher as you start to enter the mouth of the inlet, but these guys are going to have no issue, and they're going to easily take a win for the boats here in the first round. Our second round contestant is not going to have the same success, and they're going to show us what it's like when you have a tough entrance into Haulover, and it doesn't get a whole lot tougher than this. When you are a smaller vessel having to attempt to tow a larger vessel into the mouth of the inlet with an outgoing tide. As you can see here, Haulover's current is ripping today, and it's giving this smaller vessel absolute fits as it's trying to pull this vessel in. They almost have success. We're almost into the inlet, and things get a little haywire right here. Somehow the line gets loose, and all of a sudden, this boat is back free and rolling back out the mouth of the inlet. Look at how fast the current grabs this pro line and starts pushing it back out. But this crew right here is not giving up, and they're going to dive right back into the action and try and get this boat back on the line. Due to this captain's quick thinking, he's able to successfully get this vessel back navigated alongside the pro line. This really is a pretty stellar job by the Good Samaritan vessel. A lot of people, when something like this would happen, would have panicked, and they didn't. They just jumped right back into action, got alongside the vessel. They're going to get this line reattached, and we're going to go ahead and reattempt the tow. Hopefully they'll have a little more success this time, but you know what? Haulover's already done the damage. It's given them absolute fits while they're trying to do this, and Haulover is going to take the win in this round, but you know what? I do have to give this Good Samaritan vessel some props. They really went to work on this one. Our next contestant to do battle with Haulover is going to show us what it's like when you come rolling through Haulover, but you're getting a little airtime. Here we're going to have our Nortec come blasting out of the inlet. It's still a little rough, and these guys right here are basically using these waves as a launching pad, and right here they're going to go full airtime. Somehow this crew lands just perfectly off the prior wave to use this one as a launch pad and get full airborne. This crew right here keeps the throttle down and powers the way on through, and will take a win for the boats in this round. Our next crew to do battle with Haulover Inlet is going to show you what it's like when Haulover doesn't play nice and somehow you wind up on the rocks. This crew here was entering the inlet and all of a sudden lost power and of course wound up drifting into the rocks in Haulover. Here we've got a few Good Samaritans that are trying to assist, but they are not having a whole lot of luck. We are on line toss about 15 right now trying to get a line over to these guys, and it has just not worked out at all. And here we can see it's still the struggle continues. Here one of the jet skis possibly could pull right alongside the boat and just probably grab this line, but they're trying to avoid that since everything is so close to the rocks. A tow vessel did initially come in and try and help these guys, but they actually refused service. I'm assuming they own sea tow service and decided they were going to wait for that instead of paying the fee to have the other company pull them off the rocks. But after going through this incident, I'm wondering if they won't change their minds about that next time. Here we can see they push themselves off the rocks and they're still trying to get a line onto a jet ski, but they're just not having success. They can't seem to get that line over there. Right here, they're far enough off the rocks. One of the skis probably should just pull alongside the boat, but that was a risky toss right there. That jet ski was super close to sucking that rope right up into the impeller. Here we're going to see they keep rolling, but it looks like they're going to wind up back on the rocks again as Haulover continues to push them, and we continue to struggle to get a line to one of the other vessels. Here this is going to be a tough one though anyway. Even if they get this line to one of the jet skis, look at this current. It's pulling so hard going out the mouth of the inlet. Really all they're going to do is get this vessel off the rocks. I don't think that jet ski is going to be able to tow this boat in unless somebody can get a good line attachment to the rear of the ski. But other than that, they're likely just going to have to pull these guys out of the inlet and wait for another Good Samaritan or a tow vessel to arrive. Here it looks like, oh, we almost have it, and the ski almost tips over with the guys on it, but we still are missing. Somebody's definitely going to have to come up with a different approach here because what they're doing right now currently, it definitely is not working. We've got the other jet skier. He looks like he's going to make approach, and he's going to get fairly close in on the boat here. I mean, right here you could almost do a handoff, but we're still going to toss it back out. He misses, and it looks like he's got it on the second grab, and we finally got a line, and we're going to get this boat out of here. But as I mentioned, this guy's got no way to tie it off. I have to imagine the only thing he's going to be able to do is pull them off the rocks and let the current drag him and this boat back out of the inlet. And here we can see the vessel has done exactly as we mentioned. They came out of the inlet, the line got let go of by the skier, and all of a sudden this vessel's actually in more peril probably than it was hitting the rocks in the inlet, as they've drifted into the surf zone, and now are in desperate need to be pulled out of here before these waves start smashing them into the shore. Fortunately, we have got a line back out to the jet ski. One of the surfers was kind enough to get one towed out there, and these guys are starting to pull them out, but we're doing this by hand. The jet skier on the rear of the jet ski is still holding the line. It's it's not tied off, so as you can imagine, it's a lot of pressure on the jet skiers trying to hold this line. Now, after a few minutes of struggling, the PWC riders have gotten this vessel pulled out of the danger zone for the most part, but you can tell they're really struggling trying to pull this vessel in by hand, and our holder is going to go down. And he's now in the water, and now we're going to have a two-part rescue. We're going to have to get this guy back onto a vessel as well. They really need to get this tied off, though. If he can't pull it out of the surf zone, there's no way they're going to be able to pull it back into Haulover with the current ripping the way it is as well. Here we're going to try and get this skier back on the ski. At least the boat is still kind of drifting in a safer area than it was, but this whole thing's kind of a mess. Really what needs to happen here is we need a tow vessel or we need another boat to come assist this. And after a few minutes of struggling, we get exactly that. We get a good Samaritan vessel who's willing to help out, comes up, ties the boat off, and they're going to pull him back into the inlet. But I bet next time this crew will go ahead and take that first tow offer. But in this round of the competition, we're going to give the round to Haulover Inlet as it gave them absolute heck as they tried to rescue this vessel. And that's going to take us into our fifth and final round, tied at 2 apiece. Who will take the win this week? Will it be the boats or Haulover Inlet? And our next contestant is going to show us what it's like when you come racing out of Haulover. Here we're going to see this Midnight Express just come barreling out of the inlet. And this one's not even a competition. The boats are easily going to take the 5th round, and that's going to give the boats the win in this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, be sure to check out our other channels. We have Wavy Boats, who gets us all these great images down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And of course, we've got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens in the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.